Hello, hello, hello. All right, you guys. So, Walmart's Christmas clearance dropped down to 90% off today. Today is Monday, January the 5th, and the Christmas went to 90% off. So, I went to my store first thing this morning. I probably got there about 6:05. My store opens up at 6 o'clock, so I was running just a little bit behind. But here I am on the Christmas aisle, and this was pretty much all that my store had left. Just this one aisle. Now there are things on both sides of the aisle, but it was very, very picked through, you guys. Very picked through. So we're just gonna walk around here and I'm gonna show you guys what my store had left, and I will talk about some of the things that I found and also some things that are not ringing up 90% off. There was some things that I found that did not ring up 90% off, but you can still find some goodies if you want to take the time to kind of rummage through. This was definitely kind of a scavenger hunt this morning, but I did find some goodies in the mix of all of this. But yeah, my stores were very, very picked through. Not nothing like in years past. I've been able to get buggies full of things after Christmas in years past. Not this Christmas, okay? Not this Christmas. But again, there was still some things to be found. Those Hello Kitty plates, I think they were coming up like 29 cents. Now, those little scalp tools, I think they were like scalp massagers. They were 68 cents, I believe. We still had a lot of those left in our store. And those might be some good things to put like in a Valentine Day gift or put them back to just kind of give as gifts throughout the year, but I didn't have a need for those. Now, the Squishmallows, these were like the Christmas trees and the bag of gifts. They're the Squishmallows, but they were still ringing up full price in my store. They were coming up, I think, almost $15. So I did not grab any of those. They still had a lot of the Snoop products still left. I'm not sure what's in those boxes. I think it was like the trail mix. Yep, that's trail mix was in those boxes. And again, just like random things left. There's the Santa Claus, but he's broke, so I'm sure he's gonna be still sitting on the shelf. We had a lot of the star tree toppers. Still had some of those. There's some dog toys in those boxes there, and they were coming up 90%. Just random things, you guys. Here are some of the Santa hats up there, and they were all coming up 9 cents, I believe. I did go ahead and grab some of those. They had some of the tree skirts left. I'm not fond of the glitter ones. I have a glitter one right now under my tree, and that glitter gets everywhere. It's kind of done, most of it shook off by now, but I'm not fond of the glitter tree skirts. There's still some wrapping paper. It was kind of the different design wrapping paper, but they still had some of those left. Now, these flowers, the poinsettias, they were just coming up like 50% off. They were not coming up the 90% off. I think I found maybe two bunches that were like 45 cents that was 90% off, but the rest of them not coming up. Now, my store still had like a lot of the cupcakes left, and some of them the dates were still good. Like this one doesn't go out until the 8th, I believe, and there was one right next to it that didn't go out until the 12th. So it still had some shelf life left on them if you need those for anything, but I'm trying to avoid those in 2026, so I left those on the shelf. And they have just a few more random food type items. Now we're kind of over here at some other things, and like I said, it was just a lot of like random things left. There's some more of the Hello Kitty plates and the cups. There are some regular Christmas plates right beside that, and I kind of double back in a second and check those out a little bit more. Now they have some of the Christmas ornaments left. Most of them were in the color black, and I actually think these may have been glass ornaments. Okay, I think they might have been glass ornaments. I didn't even realize they still really made glass ornaments, but there were some still left there in the store. Now, here again, here's just some more random things that my store had left. There are some ornaments here, and then there's like some gift tags and just all kinds of odds and ends things left. I really didn't pick a whole lot out of this section. I just kind of mostly looked around. I did grab, I think, one pack of the 6 count of ornaments. They had a lot of the single ornaments left. If you were doing like a food tree, that probably would work because there was like Doritos and Mountain Dew and Cheetos and Swedish Fish and Twizzlers. So if you were doing like a food theme tree, that would probably definitely work for that, and you could do it like super super cheap right now. But I did double back to check out the 24 count of the plates. So some of the plates were ringing up 33 cents and the other plates were ringing up 29 cents. So I thought that was a pretty good deal because you're getting 24 of the plates for 33 cents and 29 cents, and you don't necessarily have to wait until Christmas to use these. I mean, you can use them anytime, especially if you're using them at home. But even those ones that just have like the snowflakes on them, if you've got an event going on right now, you can use those. So here is my buggy at this point. I did find 5 of the little tabletop Christmas trees, and I think I ended up with 3 of those green bears. Then on the bottom, there are some of those little mini stockings. I've had those in the past, and I've always found a reason to use them, so I just grabbed them today. We got some of the cookie cutters, and then there are those Christmas plates. Now, these green pillows were still ringing up full price in my store, but because there were only 2 of them left, the gentleman that was working that out said that they would do a price override at the register. Now, here is something that I was really looking for was the Hyper Tough tools. So some of them are following along with Christmas, and it was most of the ones that was in like a display, but I was back here on the regular aisle, and I noticed that these 2 sets looked just a little bit different. One had that little silver key like thing at the top, and then the tag was taller on one and smaller on the other one, and they did have 2 different barcodes. So the one that has the smaller tag and has that little silver key looking thing at the top, that one is ringing up 60 cents, and the other one is still full price, which I think was like $9 and something. But the other one is ringing up 60 cents. So I was able to find 2 of those. Super excited about that. And then I just kind of walked around the store to see if I could find any other hidden clearance. Now I noticed this little Paws had the red ribbon on it, so I did go ahead and give it a scan. I believe it was still coming up $8 in my store, so that was still more than I wanted to pay, but this might be something that someone else can go ahead and utilize. But for me, I'm looking for like super, super cheap deals. So $8 was still a little bit more than I wanted to pay. But again, might be something that works for you. So now while I'm back here in the shoes, I looked around at some other things, and I found this end cap of like holiday slippers, and they have the little holiday tag on them. But you guys, the little kid slippers, they were coming up still, I think, like $9, and they had a whole end cap of them. $9 slippers. And then right next to the $9 slippers, I believe they have the adult slippers, and they are still like $10. So yeah, definitely more than I wanted to pay, but I did want to go ahead and bring these to you guys' attention. So maybe your store has these, maybe you can get them at a cheaper price. But yeah, $10 was still a little bit above what I wanted to pay. And these may go down some in the future. Maybe they're just kind of waiting past the winter season, maybe past Valentine's Day, because these could work for Valentine's Day as well. So maybe they will mark them down then. But right now in my store, they are still coming up $10, which is definitely more than I wanted to pay. But definitely I'm going to keep an eye out on these to see if they're going to go down anymore. I kind of hope they do, but right now they're still $10 in my store. And then I found these little, they look like Christmas slippers to me. They have a little Santa on them, but they were still $5. And I guess $5 is a decent price because they were 17 or $16.98, which is almost $17. So down from $16.98 to $5 is not a bad deal. But again, that's just a little bit more than I wanted to pay. And these were also the very small sizes. This was a small 5'6". I did find some more pajama sets. Now these Hello Kitty ones, they were coming up $5, and you get the shirt, the pants, and a pair of slippers. So that's really not a bad deal for $5. So if you have somebody that's in your family that size, I would definitely go ahead and put those back for Christmas next year. But I don't have anybody that's in my family that is that size, so I left these on the rack. But $5 is definitely a good price, and this is a way to go ahead and get started on Christmas shopping for next year. Go ahead, and you see deals like this, if you can use that as a gift, go ahead and put it back. Now here is another one that is similar, and because it's a different design, this is the Peanuts design. This one was $15, you guys. So not $5. So that's why you really need to utilize your your Walmart app. Utilize your Walmart app to scan with. And if you can't use your app, be sure to ask a associate to give you a price check. Most of the time they have no problem doing that, because a lot of times it can be similar products, but one design is cheaper than the other design. So that's something else that I just wanted to bring to you guys' attention. All right, you guys, so that is my 90% off shopping haul for Walmart this morning. Drop me a comment down in the comment section below. Did you guys go out and do any 90% off shopping this morning? Do you plan to get out and do any 90% off shopping? Are your stores still pretty stocked, or are your stores more like mine and didn't have a whole lot left? Drop me some comments down in the comment section below. But as always, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Drop me a heart or a smiley face in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell. That way, anytime I upload a video, you are going to be the first to know, and you can save money right along with me. I wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will catch y'all in the next one.